How's the semester going?
I'm not taking classes right now. I'm working at Kroger.
Which one?
Orchard Center.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Our friends?
It's okay.
It's a job.
It's a job, for sure. Yeah. Will do. Thank you. It's good to be here.
Are you doing a session?
No.
Oh. Enjoy it. We're going to find out how much you know. Eventually, but first you run up and take the table to the
Okay.
Then, right, the teachers will be sitting down. They'll be waiting for you to get those out of the way. So you go quick. Please be seated.
Is there a certain way to do it, or just get up there and do it?
Don't run.
Right, of course.
I'm going to one side, the other come from the other side. And then when we stand, please stand for the hurt to and then, right, and then at the end of all the changes, it's basically seeing the results of it. They go away, okay? And they don't come back.
Okay, that's it.
So it's just a way.
Okay, they're in now and then out for, please be seated. like and then back in for her sutra.
And then back out for salsa. Yeah, and it's always true, like someone saying, we sit, we stand. It's always, you just gotta remember real quick when that happens. Yes, and I'll find some other lovely, unsuspecting people.
Yeah, that's fine. Because this used to be called.
Yeah. That's a lot of things. Yeah, me too now.
The other one's called is intuitive.
That's good. Okay, awesome.
Sorry, I didn't know what to do. Yeah, comes from the last. What am I get an icon. I never got that. Okay.
That's the point, because these lose time, they run us. So it's always good to check that.
Do you know that people who change singers, we just concept? Yes. Yes. Sorry. The shut's over here.
Welcome, everyone. Please be seated for our liturgy and find your liturgy books under your cushion, the stapled ones, and we will begin on page 2 with the Gata of Atonement. Gata of Atonement. All evil karma ever committed by me since of old, on account of my beginningless greed, anger, and ignorance, born of my body, mouth, and thought. Now I atone for it all evil karma ever committed by me since of old, on account of my beginningless greed, anger, and ignorance, born of my body, mouth, and thought. Now I atone for it all evil karma ever committed by me since of old, on account of my beginningless greed, anger, and ignorance, born of my body, mouth, and thought. Now I atone for it all. Nikaya 3 Refuges. Buddham Saranam Gacchami. Buddham Saranam Gacchami. Dhammam Saranam Gacchami. Dhammam Saranam Gacchami. Sangham Saranam Gacchami. Sangham Saranam Gacchami. I take refuge in Buddha. I take refuge in take refuge in Dharma. I take refuge in Sangha. I take refuge in Sangha. The 5 remembrances. I am of the nature to grow old. There is no way to escape growing old. I am of the nature to have ill health. There is no way to escape having ill health. I am of the nature to die. There is no way to escape death. All that is dear to me and everyone I love are of the nature of change. There is no way to escape being separated from them. My deeds are my closest companions. I am the beneficiary of my deeds. My deeds are the ground on which I stand. I am of the nature to grow old. There is no way to escape growing old. I am of the nature to have ill health. There is no way to escape having ill health. I am of the nature to die. There is no way to escape death. All that is dear to me and everyone I love are of the nature of change. There is no way to escape being separated from them. My deeds are my closest companions. I am the beneficiary of my deeds. My deeds are the ground on which I stand. I am of the nature to grow old. There is no way to escape growing old. I am of the nature to have ill health. There is no way to escape having ill health. I am of the nature to die. There is no way to escape death. All that is dear to me and everyone I love are of the nature of change. There is no way to escape being separated from them. My deeds are my closest companions. I am the beneficiary of my deeds. My deeds are the ground on which I stand. This precious human life, rarely encountered, is easily lost. Now that I have life and opportunity, may I practice the Dharma wholeheartedly. Mahayana Refuge. In my heart, I take refuge in Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. May I liberate suffering beings and bring them to great joy. May the compassionate spirit of love grow within me, that I may actualize the great way. In my heart, I take refuge in Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. May I liberate suffering beings and bring them to great joy. May the compassionate spirit of love grow within me, that I may actualize the great way. In my heart, I take refuge in Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. May I liberate suffering beings and bring them to great joy. May the compassionate spirit of love grow within me, that I may actualize the great way. Invocation of the lineage. I give thanks for the guidance of my teachers. For the lineage of teachers before them, I give thanks and offerings for their devoted practice of generosity, moral discipline, patience, joyful effort, concentration, wisdom, skillful means, unshakable vow, spiritual powers, and awakened awareness for my benefit. May their years of life be lengthened. May their vows be completely realized, and may I cultivate these perfections with their guidance. 7 practices of the Bodhisattva. I bow down in body, speech, and mind. I offer the best I have to give, both real and imagined, to fill the space between us. I regret and purify all transgressions. I rejoice in all virtues. I request you to remain until total enlightenment. I request wise and compassionate guidance. I dedicate my merit for the sake of all beings. Generating love and compassion. May all sentient beings be free from clinging and hatred. Being close to some and distant from others, how wonderful it would be. May this be accomplished. I will free them from clinging and hatred. Bless me to accomplish this. May all sentient beings enjoy happiness and the causes of happiness. How wonderful it would be. May this be accomplished. I will bring them happiness and the causes of happiness. Bless me to accomplish this. May all sentient beings be freed from suffering and the causes of suffering. How wonderful it would be. May this be accomplished. I will free them from suffering and the causes of suffering. Bless me to accomplish this. May all sentient beings have the joy that has never known suffering. May they be free from clinging, hatred, jealousy, miserliness, doubt, pride, wrong view, ignorance, and dualistic thoughts. How wonderful it would be. May this be accomplished. I will bring them to this state. Bless me to accomplish this. The reading is found on page 12 of your spiral book, Being Time. Oh, it's page 32. The 3 looks like a 1 a little bit. 32. Uji, being time. The way the self arrays itself is the form of the entire world. See each thing in this entire world as a moment of time. Things do not hinder one another, just as moments do not hinder one another. The way-seeking mind arises in this moment. A way-seeking moment arises in this mind. It is the same with practice and with attaining the way. Thus, the self setting itself out in a ray sees itself. This is the understanding that self is time. Know that in this way, there are myriads of forms and hundreds of grasses throughout the entire earth, and yet each grass and each form itself is the entire earth. The study of this is the beginning of practice. When you are at this place, there is not just one grass, there is just one form. There is understanding of form and beyond understanding of form. There is understanding of grass and beyond understanding of grass. Since there is nothing but just this moment, the time being is all the time there is. Grass being, form being, are both time. Each moment is all being. Each moment is the entire world. Reflect now whether any being or any world is left out of the present moment. Please stand for the Heart Sutra on page 4. Followed by the Shosaimyo Kichijo Dharani on page 6. Great Prajna Paramita Heart Sutra. Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva practicing deep prajna paramita clearly saw that all 5 skandhas are empty, transforming all suffering and distress. Shariputra, form is no other than emptiness. Emptiness no other than form. Form is exactly emptiness. Emptiness exactly form. Sensation, perception, mental reaction, consciousness are also like this. Shariputra, all things are essentially empty, not born, not destroyed, not stained, not pure, without loss, without gain. Therefore in emptiness there is no form, no sensation, perception, mental reaction, consciousness are all ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, no color, sound, smell, taste, touch, object of thought, no seeing, and so on, to no thinking, no ignorance, and also no ending of ignorance, and so on, to no old age and death, and also no ending of old age and death, no suffering, cause of suffering, cessation, path, no wisdom, and no attainment, since there is nothing to attain. The Bodhisattva lives by prajna paramita, with no hindrance in the mind, no hindrance, and therefore no fear, far beyond delusive thinking. Right here is nirvana. All Buddhas of past, present, and future live by prajna paramita, attaining anuttara samyak sambodhi. Therefore know that prajna paramita is the great sacred mantra, the great vivid mantra, the unsurpassed mantra, the supreme mantra, which completely removes all suffering. This is truth, not mere formality. Therefore set forth the prajna paramita mantra, set forth this mantra and proclaim Gate Gate Para Gate Parsam Gate Bodhisvaha Gate Gate Para Gate Parsam Gate Bodhisvaha Gate Gate Para Gate Parsam Gate Bodhisvaha. Shosaimyo Kichijo Dharani Nomo Sanmandam Motonan Oharachi Kotosha Sononan Toji Toem Yagyaki Yaki Yunu Shifura Shifura Hara Shifura Shifura, Hara Shifura, Chishusa, Chishusa, Chishuri, Chishuri, Sohaja, Sohaja, Senchiga, Shirie, Somoko, Nomo, Sanmanda, Motonan, Oharashi, Kotosha, Sonona, Toji, Toen, Gyaki, Unu, Shifura, Shifura, Hara Shifura, Hara Shifura, Chishusa, Chishusa, Chishuri, Chishuri, Sohaja, Sohaja, Senchiga, Shirie, Somoko, Nomo, Sanmanda, Motona, Noharachi, Kotosha, Sonona, Toji, Toen, Gyaki, Unun, Shifura, Shifura, Hara Shifura, Hara Shifura, Chishusa, Chishusa, Chishuri, Chishuri, Sohaja, Sohaja, Senchiga, Shirie, Somoko. Infinite realms of light and dark convey the Buddha mind. All that is and we ourselves come forth in perfect harmony. We offer this sincere and devoted practice for the many beings of the 6 worlds and dedicated and grateful thanks to the strength and sound practice of the Great Heartland Sangha and its teachers. May our virtuous actions be clear from all interferences, and may our vows be fully realized. We especially dedicate these merits to Bernie and Bob Brown, Lorelei, Julie Long, and Soke. May they heal their ills. To William McGinnis, Janet Mendez, and Matt Abramson at the time of their deaths. To all those whose lives have been affected by cruelty, calamity, and war, may we have healing and peace. And to those whose names we hold in the silence of our hearts, as well as those whose names we now voice aloud. May we live in perfect peace with Buddha Dharma, and may we realize the Buddha way together. All Buddhas throughout space and time, all honor Please prepare for Zazen. Please stand for Kinhin for walking meditation. At the sound of the clappers, the first and third rows turn to the right, and the second and fourth rows turn to the left. We'll begin walking at a slow pace of 1 breath per step, and when the clappers sound again, we'll walk at a normal pace. We'll now recite the Sangha Covenant on page 8. We, the Daishin Kokuji Sangha, with respect for the worth and dignity of each person, with wonder at the wisdom and compassion we seek to cultivate by practice, and with deep gratitude for the teachers of this lineage and our connection to one another, covenant to support each other by upholding the precepts of doing no harm, practicing good, and actualizing good for others. Please be seated for today's talk. Sit so you're comfortable and can make eye contact with the teachers. And in a few moments, we will recite the Gatha on opening the sutra, also on page 8. Gatha on opening the sutra. The Dharma incomparably profound and infinitely subtle.
Thank you for being here on this beautiful, is it spring yet day? It's feeling quite hopeful today, is it not? What a lovely sight I saw this morning. I was sort of rapping on the back door trying to get in, and over to my right was a room like packed with people learning about Jukai and what it's all about, and trying to figure out, is this a good move for me? And gosh, there's still time. There was an information meeting, but there's still time. If for some reason you couldn't make it today, you can still be part of the process. So I want to really emphasize that, because I can't stress enough how important this particular step in the process of our spiritual evolution is. It's sort of like your Declaration of Independence, right? It's like, okay, what is the bottom line for me? What do I stand for, right? And I think particularly in this time where it's just like such madness with the amount of opinion and persuasion and information rolling around the internet, rolling around our brains, it's really important for us to know where we stand. Super, super important. And of course, the best place to stand, according to the Buddhists, is bodhicitta, which is that for the sake of all beings, to bring all beings to full and complete enlightenment, full and complete Buddhahood, I will attain enlightenment in this lifetime and take everybody with me without exception. I think that's a pretty good declaration, right? And almost, I can't think of any downsides to that declaration. But don't take my word for it. Investigate it for yourself. And then, when we do Jukai, when we go through this process of taking refuge in Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, we really, again, do a deep dive into really examining, what is this? What is Buddha? What is Dharma? What is Sangha? And then after we've really sort of like, some teachers say, you know, you smash it on the ground, you bite it, you kick it, you do everything you can to make sure that it's true for you. We want you to do that. Your heart and your body and your mind and your soul and your whole being wants you to do that. Right? So we're going to investigate that. What is that? And then we have the pure precepts of do no harm, practice good, practice the Dharma, and actualize good for others. This is kind of like unpacking bodhicitta a little bit more, right? And then the first step in the process is to stop the negative karma, stop the bleeding of hurting yourself and others. And what's so lovely is like it's all laid out for you. Like the, what do they call the additions to the Constitution? The amendments. The precepts are the amendments to the work, right? So how are you going to stop being a jerk? And you look into that, right? And then you get through it, and you have a big ceremony, and you get a Dharma name, and you don't know what it's going to be, and there's a big reveal, and it's really fun, and then we have a big party. So it's all good. But the main thing is this real, sincere investigation on your part into, is this true for me? Does this really, really make sense according to the lights that I have today? And if you get to the point where you say no, great. May your life go well. But if you get to the point where you say yes, then the training meets you at every step along the way. There's no bottom to the training. So we get something like Dogen. The way the self arrays itself is the form of the entire universe. This is what we're practicing. This is what we're realizing. This is the training, right? It sounds kind of, like, what's he talking about? But I promise you, if you engage the practice, one day you'll be like, oh, of course, that's like so obvious. Each thing in this entire world, see each thing in this entire world as a moment of time. So I hope that for those who feel that magnetic pull towards doing more with your Buddhist practice, that just go to the meeting. And you know, what's so great about being here is it's kind of like a conveyor belt, right? Once you get on, it kind of just carries you along to the next thing. And you can step off anytime you want to. Anytime you want to. And you are just as loved as you are when you're on the belt, so to speak. And if you step off and decide you want to step back in, everybody goes, hey, nice to see you, thanks, good to see you, right? No problem. All right, so we are continuing on with Zen Flesh, Zen Bones. And this is a collection of Zen and pre-Zen writings. And they're actually just wonderful stories. So we're on number 3. And it's called, Is That So? The Zen master Hakuin was praised by his neighbors as one living a pure life. Imagine if you had a Zen master living next door to you. Oh, wait, some of these neighbors have 2 Zen masters living next door to them. Did they know that? Anyway, so a beautiful Japanese girl whose parents owned a food store lived near him. Suddenly, without any warning, his parents discovered she was with child. This made her parents angry. She would not confess who the man was, but after much harassment, at last named Hakuin, the Zen master. This is interesting, right? In great anger, the parents went to the master, told him and scolded him, and he looks at them and he says, "Is that so?" Remember this line, "Is that so?" After the child was born, it was brought to Hakuin. By this time, he had lost his reputation, which didn't trouble him, but he took very good care of the child. He obtained milk from his neighbors, probably the store that the parents owned, and everything else the little one needed. A year later, the girl mother could stand it no longer. She told her parents the truth, that the real father of the child was a young man who worked in the fish market next door. The mother and father of the girl at once went to Hakuin to ask forgiveness, to apologize at length, to get the child back again. Hakuin was willing. In yielding the child, all he said was, "Is that so?" Wow. So you can feel something about Hakuin's character and something about his attainment and something about, wow, I'd like to be able to do that. I'd like to be able to have that much equanimity in the face of someone lying about me in public and trashing me. And I'd like to have that much equanimity in the face of myself, trashing myself, to myself, right? What would it be like if the next time you did a little number in your head, you turned to yourself, "Is that so?" I think we should all try it. There's something that he did that we also can do so that we can get to the point where we even have the wherewithal to sort of step apart from whatever karmic emotional condition we're in, or karmic social condition, political condition, environmental condition, to be able to open it up a little bit with, "Is that so?" And the thing that he had going for him was he really thoroughly, and I mean thoroughly, investigated what is so, right? What is so? And every time we sit and we get really quiet, we get a perfect expression of what is so, right? I wanted to give you just a little taste of Hakuin's life because he was quite colorful. And some of the things that he did today would say, "Oh my God, that was a little bit abusive." It's very interesting. You know, is it the case that, so he was born in 1685 and he died in 1768. I ask this question to myself a lot. Is it the case that as a species, humans have evolved enough, say in the last 300 or so years, that we don't need to be quite as invasive with ourselves, that the practice can express from a gentler place? I kind of think so. So keep that in mind as you hear some of these stories. So first of all, he was ordained at 14. And I think about, here we are, we're doing teen Dharma school, and back in the day, Hakuin already had his head shaved, and he was already expected to function just the same way any other adult monk would function. And I just put that out there for what it's worth. He had a really hard time with his practice. He worked on Mu for years and years and years and years. And it said he forgot both to eat and rest. Thus immersed, he felt sometimes as though he were frozen solid in the midst of an ice sheet extending tens of thousands of miles. So, when we're sitting, we actually have to have enough gumption, enough grit, enough guts and gusto to be able to tolerate that place, should it come to us in our practice. In the midst of an ice sheet extending tens of thousands of miles. Other times, as though he were floating through air, right? So how, you're on the cushion and you're having a Makyo experience, which is sort of a very delusive experience that you're floating through the air. But you don't stop. You keep going. You're not deterred. That's Hakuin. And that's us. That's our capacity, our capability. You are so on fire with anger in your head, you can barely even stay in the room. But you still continue sitting. That's gusto. That's Zen training. Suddenly, the booming of the temple bell brought him to, as if a sheet of ice had smashed or a jade tower had fallen with a crash. So the sound of the temple bell, we hear it a lot in the temple, right? It's so interesting, Zen practice, because it is truly, outside of words and letters, a direct pointing to the human heart. Because it's not like, oh, he was reading the Heart Sutra and he had a great awakening, right? It was full body contact with his life. Full body contact, beyond contact with that bell. And that direct experience of the bell is, again, that deep experience of what is so? What is so? And the mystery and the warm-heartedness of that, and the spaciousness of that, and the trust in that. This is what we're practicing. What is so? Of course, he came out of the other side of that, right? This is in his autobiography. My pride soared up like a majestic mountain. My arrogance surged forward like a tide. Smugly, I thought to myself, in the past 200 or 300 years, no one could have accomplished such a marvelous breakthrough as this. So I have to stop now. I'll definitely do part 2 next week. But I leave you with, I'll just tell you, the mandala that he was in spit him out. And further adventures of Hakuin next week. All right, so are we just waiting for the kids? Is that what's happening? All right, I'm exactly at 12:30 because that's what I was instructed to do.
think we're just going to do the vows. There are no kids, are no kids today.
Oh, no kids. Okay, let's do it. Hit it.
Do you want to sing them?
I better not. You go ahead.
Oh, no. Beings are numberless. I vow to free them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to end them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. The Buddha way is unsurpassable. I vow to embody it. Beings are numberless. I vow to free them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to end them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. The Buddha way is unsurpassable. I vow to embody it. Beings are numberless. I vow to free them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to end them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. The Buddha way is unsurpassable. I vow to embody it. Concludes our service. Thank you everybody for coming, especially welcome to people who are here for the first time. Please join us for a delicious meal afterwards. The meal gong will ring when it's time to eat. And are there announcements? Yes, I think so.
Hello. Okay. I'm Ika. As I announced last week, we are collecting T-shirts for Teen Dharma for Earth Day to make reusable grocery bags. I left a basket out there. I will label it, but it's the white laundry basket to put any T-shirts that you want to donate to our project so that you can get them back as bags. Also, Teen Dharma is March 11th next month.
Is that it?
One more.
Hi everybody, I'm Soko. I just want to let you know that if you have any questions about Jukai, if you didn't make the meeting today, you can check with me, or Zenon is not here, so check with me. Thank you.
Please restore the Zendo.